Hello guys, we are back on another day to the blue video with a review of Red in, I don't want to say the full name, Fates Collide Prisma Ilya,
Zwei
Fate
Herz.
Collide Liner.
Liner.
Prisma Ilya.
Zwei Herz.
Oh god.
Um, yeah, so Red is not a particularly cooperative color. There are exactly, I think, two cards which you would even consider for a Kaleidoscope build. And I don't think any Kaleidoscope build will want to run them because they don't really help you with Kaleidoscope. All in all, this deck, or rather this color, lends itself towards one deck and one deck only, which is the Gem deck, Luvia slash Rin, aka the Old Hags deck.
AKA oh ho 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 ho.
Yes, that's only half the pairing.
She even
There are
has
also
drills. Oh, I was gonna find a gif of Karen from Street Fighter 5.
Mm. There's a lot of Kuro cards as well. They go towards a sort of Kuro deck, but I don't think they're very good myself. We'll cover them when we come to them. Anyway, we can dive right in, because it's the second video. So first card is Magician, Luvia. It's a 0015, and it's extremely rude and extremely obnoxious. Very good flavor, given how the character is.
Oh ho ho
When
ho
this
ho.
direct... Yes. When this direct attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's level 0 or lower characters in the front row. That character does not stand during your opponent's next stand phase. So, this is really annoying because it means your opponent has to commit summon a hand, but it doesn't end there either. At the start of your opponent's attack phase, if you put the top card of your deck, you may put the top card of your deck in the waiting room. If it's a gem character, so run the gem deck, you may move this to an empty slot in the front row.
First effect is obnoxious. The second effect is fantastic.
It's a mill runner that also has a somewhat annoying first effect. So the first effect, what it does is it means your opponent needs to have another attacker. It doesn't actually get rid of their level 0, so it's not like an actual anti-runner, an anti-runner bomb, or a bottom decker or anything. It just means they move that card to the back row, and then they attack with something else.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
And if
The
they don't
thing
have
is-
something else to attack with, they get incredibly sad.
well, what happens is they bring something else to attack out, Luvia runs, and then the next turn it all happens again.
Yep.
So it's a kind of annoying little tete-a-tete, but all in all, it just means they need two level 0 attackers. That's the long and short of it. And it also means that Luvia is going to be, well, she's a runner. Like that's her main job. A lot of people will look at this card and think it's really broken because they haven't thought through the first effects very much. But in reality, it's annoying, but
It might be
serves.
like half a card every cycle.
Yeah, it's not broken. It's a very good card. It's a mill runner with pseudo upside. I don't know if I prefer just the 2/5 mill runner because that actually gets to run in front of 2Ks.
Yeah.
But this card is fine. Like,
I mean, I don't think the power bump is that big of a deal, personally. I think the card is perfectly fine. I think the gem deck would probably just start on 4 of this anyways, just because it's a mill runner.
yeah,
You don't
I
really have
like
much
this a good-
selection.
I wouldn't give this a
honestly.
good rating though. I think I'd only give it a playable plus.
You can give it a rude rating.
It is a rude
Yes.
card.
Rude rating.
I think
Make it so.
I think playable plus is pretty reasonable.
To make a callback to the earlier video, let's just make a cheeky rating.
Can I even do that?
Dude, make it rude. No, it's not cheeky. It's rude.
The technology isn't there yet.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Yes.
I had to do this manually. I hate all of you.
Yeah.
There, it's rude plus. I think playable plus is a perfectly reasonable place to put it. I mean, it's not like the card that you're playing
mean-
because you think it's gonna make your deck tick. It's just like a good. It's probably one of the better filler cards you could possibly put into a deck. Deck in general.
It's not really filler. You'd start with this, but I
You start
don't
with this, but
think
that's because like
Yeah, but if you start with this, why is it only playable?
you
I
start
think
with
it's-
you start with
it's-
this, but at the
it
same
does-
time, I don't think it's like doing anything notable besides
well-
just giving you stock at level 0.
I'm willing to give it.
no runners a pass.
I'm willing to
How
give
have
it
I
a
read-
minus. I just don't think this card doesn't shout good to me. It's just very solid, and
I
a
think-
plus at any point
Wait,
is a plus.
so do you think this is worse than Mill Runners?
No, this is a
No.
mill runner.
I
Well,
don't think it's
worse than
than
the vanilla mill
I don't
runners.
think this is
No.
worse than a vanilla mill runner. I think it's about
So
the
you don't
same.
think mill runners are good cards in general? Or
I'm
worthy
pretty
enough to
sure
be
of it.
called good cards?
I play LB. Runners suck.
Oh man.
Sure, let's go with that.
Well,
Do you even run the anti-runner bomb?
yeah.
In LB, yeah.
I mean, a lot of sets run runners now, so it's like
It's pretty good.
it's
It's just I've just seen the Kumari bomb more.
Well, your local LB players are bad.
Oh no.
Like, Komari Bomb is fine, but you still run some of the anti-runner bomb.
Alright.
Alright, next card. Oh, this card. Little Devil Girl, Kuro.
No.
So, it's a 1/05k. It's got a... When the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, if Row Ias is in the climax zone and you have 4 or more other magic characters, you may pay cost, which is 1 stock. If so, choose up to 2 characters in your waiting room and add them to your hand.
2k 1 soul, right?
Oh, it's 2K1 soul.
That's-
No.
2k1 soul, because if this wasn't a 2k1 soul combo, it would be pretty obscene.
Yeah.
I wasn't this a gate, but
That would be obscene.
Gate
But-
I've seen.
it would. Hey, have you seen
Yeah,
the fucking Osamatsu combo?
Yeah, it's whatever. You just run into Love Brew and do no damage.
Yeah, then why couldn't this have been?
Because this is on reverse.
This is on reverse.
Oh, well, why can't this have been
Whatever.
gate? Because
Yeah.
they really hate Shua Saito, that's why. So this card is... The effect is obscenely powerful. Like, that text is ridiculous.
It's very reminiscent, actually, of the what is it, Sao EB one, the gold bar that got to Surge 2.
No, it's
No, it
not. That
isn't.
one gets the,
No,
that
it
one
isn't.
ditches one.
That
This
one
is
ditches
completely-
one.
Oh, it does
That
ditch
one's-
one.
That one's really strong because that one thins out your deck immensely.
Yeah.
Like, if you play 3 of them, then suddenly your deck is minus 6 cards,
Oh yeah,
plus
that
or
one's
minus...
also on attack.
Yeah, it's on attack.
Yeah.
This one is on, like, you have to reverse something. It's a lot easier with the 2k1 soul, and then you pay 1, and you get 2 cards instead of 1. It's a pretty significant power bump, but the issue is you're not giving soul to your other 2 characters, and that's a really big deal right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it puts you behind. It puts you on the back foot when you're trying to race at level 1, and you're also
Yeah, like-
putting something onto the battlefield that is definitely going to get killed on the swing back.
Like, say you hit level 1 first, you field 1 Kuro on your opponent's only non-runner level 0, play 2 more cards, 2k1 soul, huzzah, you get a lot of cards in hand. That's fine. That's great. But that's not always going to be the case. Sometimes, like, the Kuro deck is not going to be playing very many Ricky effects. There is 1 Miyu in blue, but I don't think that's going to be played very much.
It's a draw, Ricky.
Yeah. And your opponent will probably hit level 1 before you. They'll tri-field, and then at that point, you're sitting there with a 2k1 soul combo, and you look a little silly.
One of the problems we also run into is that sometimes 7k isn't even enough to like reliably get over everywhere, or even in one slot, right? Because if your opponent's packing counters, they can just like, he put the 2k1 here, this is the only place I really need to be concerned with anymore. Especially let's say if you're playing against like the Ellie clones in this own set, right? They have Ellie clones and 2k counters. You're probably not reversing very much if they hit level 1
People
first.
do field a lot more like small cards now because of
It does
the
depend on
necessary utility.
It does depend on the deck, but I don't know.
I mean,
I mean,
'cause they
half
don't
the,
want- they
half
wanna
the
get
decks I
value
play
out
are
of cards
power
they play.
decks, so
Oh, well, I mean, I think most decks want to get some value out of the cards they play. So, like, I think a lot of decks will be running. It doesn't make this card like good by any stretch of the imagination. But
I think this card has an extremely high ceiling and an extremely low floor.
well, the floor is you did nothing and you have a 2k1 soul, so you did like less good than any other climax.
That's the thing. I think this is a perfectly... Like, this is a niche card. I don't see myself playing it in anything but a, I guess, Kuro waifu deck.
That's how you go straight to jail.
That's what this is meant for. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you'd play it in. Because I don't think Kuro had a good combo before?
She had a sort of
No,
No,
was
she didn't have a
awkward.
good combo
that
before.
combo was awkward.
Not for like a mono Kuro deck.
No,
No, that one was an Ilya combo. That was
Yeah.
sure.
I'm putting this as a niche card. I think it's a
niche is
niche.
fair.
No, Niche is their card. Yeah, I
Very
would classify it as
smart.
Niche too.
A very strong effect.
Of course.
All right, what's next? Next card. All right. Soaking Wet Uniform Kuro.
Oh my god!
I'll write to you.
I thought
Are you ready to go to
gonna say
jail,
something else.
Alprez?
Stop it!
I'll write to you. Don't worry.
Do
3, 2,
not
9.
pass go.
I hate
So
all
this
of
card
you.
has. This card has when exposed Yukata Kuro, which is another jail-worthy card. It's a level 0 bomb.
It's
It's
the
a-
Akane bomb from where you write.
It is exactly the Akane bomb, yeah. If that's in your clock, then this gets -1 level in hand. When this comes to play, draw one. You can draw up to 1 card, and this gains 2k power, which is fine. And when this attacks, if you have a kind of medical procedure, that's a gate, in the climax zone, and 4 or more other magic characters, this gains 1k and the ability until the opponent's end of the opponent's next turn. Character opposite this gets -2 soul.
Two
That's-
soul,
That's
That's
actually
pretty
a really, really powerful effect.
especially level
Red
2.
has -2 soul and blue has burn.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the high for you. Ilya is effectively planar chaos, okay?
So when do I get mana type?
Mana Tive when green gets anti-damage.
What about Prodigal Sorcerer?
I think there is no other direct damage anyway. Evaluating this card needs to be evaluated in the context of basically mono Kuro, because I don't think you'd play it in any other deck. It doesn't really have a place in Zwei form, as far as I'm concerned, because the blue advanced summon is that much better. In fact, it doesn't have a place in any deck that has the ability to run the blue advanced summon. Because that card is crazy.
Yeah. This card's okay.
Card seems fine.
Yeah, it's a cantrip at level 2. It's a big body at level 2.
What's
I
it combo
don't.
with?
Door.
It's kind of
Door?
not that big
It's a
in
door,
the
yeah.
opponent's turn, which is sort of an issue.
Wait, this
I
is a door,
guess.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
this is the
This
door.
is a door. Okay.
I think
I
you can
don't-
play it in Zwei form. I'm not sure if it's good in Zwei form, but I think
No,
you can play it.
you can't
No
play
way.
this in Zwei
You don't
for.
play this in Zwei form. You play the one that draws 2.
Yeah, I think you'd rather be playing the 2/1 2 soul, what, like 11k cantrip?
You want to
10K
draw
cantrip.
towards your combo, and this card doesn't do that nearly as well. Not to mention, well,
I mean, you only need one of the climax and not 3.
sure, but
I'd still
And this
rather
also
draw
draws
2
one
D2,
card.
right?
okay, sure, but I still don't think you play this in Zwei form. It just doesn't seem like the right play.
I don't think you play it in Zwei form, but I think you can.
Just seems kind of greedy, honestly. Like
Greed
too
is
greedy.
good. Haven't you heard? Greed is good.
He went to jail in that movie, you know that, right?
Really?
He's the bad guy. He loses.
God damn it.
People are so focused on that line, but it's like, he goes to jail.
Nice one, dude.
Very topical. Very topical of you to bring that up. This card is.
I hate
think
you. Oh
I
no.
think this card is niche.
Niche
I
is a good
can't see
place
this
to
card
put
in
it.
anything but a Kuro waifu. I think the -2 soul is obscenely powerful, but the card otherwise, it's got a mediocre advanced summon condition that forces you to clock from hand and keep like a whatever card in your hand. It is a good cantrip. It does get some power, but
It doesn't wall nearly as hard as like the Kantai kind of similar
well,
version.
I mean, if you want a wall, there is a Miyu from I think Booster 2, which is everything you want in a wall.
No, but you see the Kantai one walls and has -2 soul.
That's only at level 3 though, right?
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
this is at level 2.
A lot
So
more
this
powerful
stuff
at
level 2 is The fact it starts at level 2 is just really powerful.
You basically deny the opponent a lane of damage.
I'm kind of concerned though, just because it dies to basically every early play.
Yeah, you have to play the 1/1 support to have a chance of it surviving.
Which is also Kuro. Hooray!
Niche is a good place to put this.
It's a Chiba Saito-san, yay!
So
Yay.
next card,
You can run
Alright.
8 Chiwa Saito signs in this guy.
it's
Next
the second not loli.
Gem Magic User, Rin. So this is a 3/2/9/5. It's got Experience 4, gains 1k. When this is placed from hand to stage, draw 2, drop 1. This is very good so far, honestly. And 2 cost, discard a card from hand. When this attacks, if Thor's Hammer is in the climax zone, so Thor's Hammer, I believe, is another gate,
Yes,
Yes.
which is
right?
outrageous.
So if that gate is in the climax zone and all your characters are gem trait, you may pay cost. If so, deal 4.
This card is the most legit reason to be in gem ever.
Yeah,
It also gains
Yeah.
3k at
Oh yeah, it also gains power.
Hmm.
So that's a little bit.
3k is neat, I guess.
It's a little bit
It's
different.
like
It's a little bit different than the Xenon, which only gains power until end of opponent's turn if the damage is cancelled.
I think draw 2, ditch 1 is a lot better than heal for an effect that's not on a bar or pants.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Yes.
That is, yeah.
Because the
That is
Xenon was
correct.
on a book, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it does have the Kirito advance summon, which draw 2, ditch 1, but like having it on the card itself is a lot better, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think this is outright in a vacuum. I know that's a very strong statement because heals are powerful, but I also think that anti-heal is soon going to be prevalent enough for this to be just really, really obnoxious. For heals to be not particularly like you can't heal with Sinon through anti-heal if you also intend to spam the combo. It's not going to happen.
I thought we hated vacuums here.
Sorry,
I thought vacuums were bad, man.
vacuums are bad. The only issue with this is it's in Gem. Gem has nowhere near as good a card pool as Sword Art Online. So
Isn't
it's
that
very hard. It's very hard to say this is actually better than Sinon in context. That being said, as a standalone finisher, it's superb.
Card is fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. Well,
I would give this is the meta card for Gem.
So
but
niche meta, I guess.
yes, niche
It's
meta, like niche plus meta. This is a good.
We're
card.
making shit up right now.
Damn
no,
right.
no,
Yeah,
no.
hey.
It's all in my program.
This is where the magic happens, okay.
It's a hell of a good card, but it isn't the reason you play Ilya. It's the reason you play
Gem.
non-loli Ilya. And
that
I
and
think
not
that's
going to
perfectly-
jail.
Well, that and not going to jail, of course.
Depending on how poor you are, you might want to go to jail. You do get fed.
And
Oh
it's
my
free.
God.
It is housing too, actually. That is actually jails are notoriously expensive. That is,
Yeah, they take a lot out of your federal budget.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh god.
All right, magical idol Kuro.
Am I going
00500.
to jail for this one too?
Yes, you are. Assist 500 and brainstorm.
No, I mean she's not. She's just an
It's
idol,
not
man.
naked.
She's like
Stop
10
it.
years old, man.
She's
She's
an
10
idol,
years-
man.
It's already
no
wrong.
touchy. No touchy.
Anyway,
I mean-
it's got a brainstorm, 1 cost, no tap. Every climax, salvage 1 magic trait and ditch a card.
That's fine. Spammable brainstorm and assist 500. That's perfectly fine. I don't think you run it. Like it's fine.
Well, you run it in Zwei form. You could
Oh, sure.
consider running it
In Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope.
I don't think you.
I probably
You definitely run this in Kuro deck. Oh.
I don't think you
Okay.
run this in Kaleidoscope. I don't think you really want to be dropping stock like that.
it's just not a good card in Kaleidoscope. Doesn't do
Yeah.
anything. Doesn't do your climaxes, and there are other ways to get your actual Kaleidoscope pieces. I think this card is perfectly playable, like a solid playable option.
Playable is about right.
Yeah.
It's a good card. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's playable, yeah.
I mean, like
Dice to Kaiki.
Bad.
Dies to Kaiki, bad.
Well, correct. It does die to Kaiki, but only if there isn't another one behind it.
I mean, also the brainstorm too, right? The other Ilya brainstorm. So no, this doesn't die to Kaiki.
It dies.
Sure.
It dies to double Kaiki.
He's
Oh,
right.
man.
If it's double Kaiki, you kill
man,
both of them.
that's so bad. Sorry, guys.
Double Kaiki back row isn't the worst thing in the world. It's pretty bad, but it's not the worst.
I mean, now you know what you're playing.
What else do you have in the back? I guess the brainstorm. I
Middle
just never
school-
brainstorm
middle
with the
school
deck.
Goku.
Next card.
Next card, Jail. Exposed Yukata, Kuro. This is the bomb we were talking about. It is exactly the Akane bomb from Rewrites.
No, it's
It's
not
zero
exposed
one.
Yukata. It's a bad situation, Luvio.
Oh, did I skip a card?
You
I
did.
did.
Uh-oh.
Right. Card is 00500, assist 500, and it has a startup ability. 1 cost, ditch a climax card. Choose a gem trait card in your waiting room, add it to hand.
That card is perfectly fine. Startup effect is nice.
It's
yeah.
okay.
I don't think
It's
you
not
run
best
more
in a
than
deck
2.
without bars or
If you
pants,
even
to
run
be
it.
honest.
I like the assist. The assist is good because this deck has to play a power-based level 1.
I think you put 1 or 2 into the list just as an extra
Yeah,
climax out in the event that you need it. Playable.
Absolutely.
Playable.
You absolutely play this, but it's a filler card.
Yeah, it's not like the card you say, this card is fantastic, let's start with 3 in the deck. It's just, it gets the job done.
It's just playable.
Now, going to jail.
Alright. So this is I think it's the third time I've said it, the Akane bomb from Rewrite. It's a 001k level 0 bomb, and it has 1 cost to ditch a card. When this kills something, so not when it is killed, when it kills something, you may pay cost. If so, salvage a character.
And if it were when it's killed, that'd be so sweet.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty good card if that was the case, but this card is, again, perfectly serviceable, but you only really play it in the Kuro deck and the Zwei form deck. I do see this being played in the Zwei form deck, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's cheap.
you've got the bottom deck bomb, which is good in that it stops on reverse effects, but hand fixing is good as well. You might play a mix of them, honestly.
It sounds perfectly reasonable, to be honest. You probably don't have to top deck the bottom deck bomb later, as opposed to
It's a playable
maybe
card.
Playables, I think, is right. I don't think it's better than playable.
Right, cute Yukata look, Rin, 004k. When this is placed from hand to stage, mill 2. If there's a climax among them, rest this card. We've seen this before. It's a playable archetype. Mill 2 is fine. I think you consider playing some in the gem deck, but you already have a runner, so...
I don't think you need it in the runner deck.
You actually play them because you don't have better
you
zeros.
just don't
Are
have
you-
better zeros.
Oh,
I
that's,
don't have other level
It's
zeros.
actually kind of sad.
that's tragic. It's
You
niche.
don't. Yeah, you just.
That's tragic. Not that the profile is bad, but I mean, like, I adore this card profile when I'm playing Index, but the Index card also scries, so...
Oh man, yeah, but like, yeah, you just don't. You're like kind of like scrambling for zeros to play in the deck, honestly. So this is like,
Do you have to run 4?
you
Yeah.
don't have to. Well, yeah. It's kind of like one of those things.
Oh, that's tragic.
I'm calling this card playable.
I think it's playable. Oh, yeah, you could play it in. Wait, this is only.
Well, you
It's
don't...
only gem, so yeah, we can say it's all niche, but I think that's
You
saying
can't-
it's playable.
You can't play it in Kaleidoscope, because that's a miss on...
Because, look, if we were to talk, assuming Kaleidoscope was the meta build, almost every single card would be niche.
This is fair.
So if the gem trait card, I'm going to
Sure.
speak as if it's the gem deck, and if it's a magic card, I'm going to speak as if it's Zwei form, and then niche goes to Kuro waifu.
Sure.
That's fair.
So
Playable's
I
fine.
think this card, I'm putting this card as playable. It seems fine. Changing Kuro to 1045.
You skipped a card again.
Did I?
Well,
Oh, it's the stupid brainstorm. 104k. Experience. If you've got 3 or more experience, sorry, this gains assist 500. It's pretty good. And it has 1 cost, tap. Just tap this card. Flip the top 4 cards of your deck and mill them. If for every climax, salvage 1 gem trait character.
I mean, I guess you run 2 or 3?
no,
Or you
you're
actually have to run the 4?
You run 3 or 4.
Okay.
I think you run 4. It's only taps itself, and it's got assist 500.
Yeah.
I think this card is actually just good.
It got
It
a
is
level.
also your
It got a level.
only advantage engine. That's like not clock on core.
It got a level bump versus like the one that's in like Attack on Titan.
Well, there's a 2-cost tap to salvage something from the first set if you want an advantage. This card is
fine.
great. Yeah, I call this card good because it is such a pivotal card in the deck. You're going to be happy to have 2 of these in the back row, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why do I keep skipping cards? Anyway. Next card is Changing Kuro. It's a 4/5. Experience 2. It becomes level 1 bomb.
Sure.
Woo.
It's a level 1 bomb.
It's perfectly playable. I see no reason why this is not just a playable card.
Yeah.
I mean, Magic can run a bomb now, which is cool, I guess.
Yeah, Gem has its own bomb. It's had its own bomb for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This card is it's playable. Level 1 bombs. Get over stuff. The thing is, Yform also probably plays a 1/0/7/5 if it's playing red. I don't know if you play that or if you play the hands combo. It's questionable, but this card solves problems, and that's good enough to get a playable rating from me.
All right. Midsummer Beach Rin.
Midsummer Beach Rin. So it has it's a 1/0/5/5. Experience 2 gains 1k. So it's basically a 1/0/6/5. That's pretty good. And then all of your other characters gain the ability this cannot side attack.
And that is a tragedy.
No, it isn't.
I think
Is it?
I think at
You
level
just
1,
run
that's-
this and bombs.
You're playing
Right.
bombs, and other than that, you're playing probably 7/5 clock encores, or you're playing a card that wants to get markers if you really hate yourself, I guess.
I find myself side attacking enough at level 1 that I don't like it.
Look, I'll take a 1/0/6/5 for this deck. It's what the deck needs.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
still not going to say it's not.
Okay. Honestly, the deck has nothing else that you can play. So you're running this card whether you like it or not.
It's still playable. I'm just not happy about it.
I think
No.
side
can't
attack
all be
doesn't
privileged.
matter when bombs are huge in your deck, and you might be playing that stupid Luvia Climax combo thing.
Does not make me happy.
Sure.
Still playable, just not happy.
Alright, what's next?
It's another Kuro.
Yep, so this is the 2/1 Kuro,
It's a lot of
assist
text.
1k, and tap this. When Row Ias is placed in the climax zone, you may put the top 4 cards of your deck under this marker. And then the beginning of your opponent's draw phase, put all markers under this into the waiting room. If at least one level 0 character was placed in the waiting room this way, this gains anti-auto burn. So opponent auto effects do no damage to you.
This effect seems
Right.
rather familiar.
Why is this a profile? I actually.
This is actually a lot better than the stupid
The one that needs to put a
Archer
climax underneath it.
Yes, but it's.
Archer put 7 cards under him. So
And you needed
it was
at least one climax.
It was relatively likely to just work. But this one is, I don't know, this one is also quite likely to work. Something notable about this card is that Row Ias is the 2k1 soul that combos with the 1/0. So this is a dual climax combo that kind of pushes you towards the Kuro waifu deck, I think.
Yes.
Seems questionable.
I mean,
Kaleidoscope.
I think you just run this just because you're running a 2k1 in that Crow deck. It's like,
If you
Nice.
run the 2k1 soul, you definitely run this, I think.
yeah. Why not, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you definitely run this if you have the 2k1 soul. It doesn't make me think the card is suddenly good.
I feel like I could body somebody if I played this card properly.
I dislike the fact that it's a mandatory remove markers.
Yeah. You also have to, it's a mandatory put 4 underneath. Notably, climaxes don't count as level 0s for this. You
It's
need
as
to put level 0
characters.
on another character. But even so, it's fine. I would play some number in a Kuro waifu deck. It's a niche card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
niche is fine.
Alright. Charge preparation, Rin. It's 216k, global 1k, and when a red climax is close to the climax zone, choose a character to gain 1/5 for the turn.
Yeah,
It's
I
okay.
can
Not
see
a
this
level
being
2.
played as like a 1 or 2 of.
It's like playable
Playable
Playable.
minus.
It is.
playable
It
minus. Is it? Does it have enough of demerit to running it that you put as a minus? It's like
No, I think you've got room to run this, but I also think you want it on the field very often.
yeah. I mean, usually you're just fine with the double brainstorm back row. So this is
That's what I
just
think,
like
yeah. It's a playable minus is fine to me.
this would be like if you're running the marker card, you need that extra oomph, right? Sometimes it's okay.
Sure, if you're doing that. Alright. Midsummer Beach, Luvia. It's a 3/2/9/5. It gains 500 to every other gem trait character, and when this is placed to hand from hand to stage or via the effect of a 2/1 Luvia, you get to heal. This card is very good in the gem deck.
Seems
It's
fine.
it's an experience target. It is the target of your free fresh. I think this is a solid playable plus in that deck.
Yes,
I mean, it's
You play-
you
functionally
definitely
play
run
four.
forward. You definitely run forward this, dude.
it's functionally an
absolutely
early play
run
healer.
Yeah, you run 4 because it's
A target.
it's a experience target and
Yep.
it's also your target. Well, it doesn't matter that you the target will. So we'll get to that card, but it doesn't matter that you run 4 because you might not have the target. You're gonna have the target. It's almost 100% certain.
Yeah, the 4 is just for the experience mostly, which
Yeah,
is
experience is
very-
very, I think.
yeah, it's very important. Yeah.
All right, uncommon. Feelings for Friends, Kuro. It's a 0/0/1k. 2 cost. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may pay 2. If so, choose a magic character in waiting room and add it to your hand. And bond to Kind Bond Ilya. Discard a card.
It's the advanced summon.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Eh?
I mean, I don't think I play this even in a deck that runs the 3/2. Because that 3/2 doesn't even cantrip itself.
I mean, like, how likely are you not to get the advanced 3/2 in a deck that's running the 3/2? Like, you have the Azusa,
Yeah, you're going to be running 1/0 Ulcer effect. You're going to be running draw drops. You're going to be
You have
running
the
a
brainstorm.
brainstorm.
You
Like,
definitely don't need the discard outlet.
No.
you don't even need the +2+.
You don't-
cost 2
I
plus.
just don't think you want to pay 2 to plus.
Yeah,
No,
I think
no.
ditch bonds are fine if you really want level 3, and yeah, you do really want the level 3 here, but it's not to the degree that you want, say, Al from Puyo, which is a deck that does run the ditch bond.
Sure.
I think ditch bonds are cool if you want multiples of the card, like in
Yeah,
a pinch. But like this isn't necessarily a card you play. You can play multiples of it level 2. It's just like
you don't really
Yeah.
want notables because
Yeah.
you'll be playing cards. It's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem worth it. This card is fine just because it bonds to a very good card. The 2 cost is a nice additional effect you might use sometimes, but I'm not convinced to use it often. It's a bond of sorts.
it is okay.
I
You
don't
could
know
think
where
of
to
it
put
as a 1 cost bond that also has 1 cost ditch a card to get the Kind Bond Ilya back, if that makes you feel better.
It doesn't make me feel that much better.
It doesn't make me feel better.
Well, actually, it would make
That's
me
assuming you
feel
use both effects.
the effects aren't actually stacked like that. If the effects were stacked like that, this would be a much better card. But it's not, so moving on.
Playable,
This sort of costs
playable, I guess? I don't know. What rating are we giving it?
I've just started as label minus, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Endless Fighting, Kuro, is a 0/0/1/5. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may discard a climax card. If so, salvage a magic character.
typical magic trait tax applied here.
Perfectly playable.
Playable's fine. Yeah, it's playable.
Perfectly.
It's just a climax out. You don't need the climax out in general, I think.
I think this becomes a lot
It's
better.
fine, it's why.
But even in
In the
Zwei, you...
in Zwei form, you're going to have the draw ditch and you're going to have Azusa.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the Kuro waifu deck where you're not going to have many discount outlets.
I mean, it still seems fine. Like,
I mean, it's just a fine profile in general.
Yeah, you never really lose out from running this card.
Next.
This
Alright.
is 500 points power less than others, right?
Yeah, because of magic.
Because of the magic. Yeah.
500 more, don't you? Oh, isn't it?
Yeah, it's taxed.
Oh, 500 less, yeah, as opposed to like oddity or any of the other traits
Yep,
or whatever.
it is taxed.
A lot of
Magic
balance
and
for
music are
standard.
both taxed.
Balance for standard. Made part-time job, Rin, 002k. When this is placed from hand to stage, choose a gem trait character. That character gains 1/5. Ugh. You have to run this.
Yes.
That's so depressing.
Yeah. Okay, you're telling me there aren't that many cards. Okay.
Even if you didn't have to run this, is still a playable card. But the fact that you have to run this is tragic.
There's not enough cards.
I guess it's playable.
Like
It's
let's if I have to remind you guys, there's like literally only like three or four like actually playable gem cards from like the first two sets. So
Oh, there are a few. You just don't
Like the
really want
biggest
to play
set?
any of them.
Alright.
Backup operation, Rin, 0025, 1 cost Stitch. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may pay cost. If so, salvage a gem trait character.
That's fine. I mean, it's a drop
Now,
salvager.
this is a card I would consider playing. See, this one is
Yeah.
fine.
Drop salvagers are fine.
Right.
definitely run this.
I would not feel shame in running this in my deck.
It's another out-tiered salvage brainstorm.
More climax outs actually don't hurt, or like just card outs in general don't hurt for gem in general, because
Yeah, you're just lacking in that department
yeah.
for sure.
Next.
All right, next card.
Oh my god.
Yeah, beast.
Hey.
So it's a 1075. What's the catch? The catch is if you don't have another magical idol Ilya, which is the 10 Ellie clone, it's a 6/5-ish. This can't attack. And when another magical idol Ilya is placed from stage to waiting room, put this in the waiting room.
Also, when you play this card, go to jail.
Yeah.
One.
Do not pass
Don't
go.
like $200.
So this card doesn't go into Kuro waifu deck because you actually can't play it in Kuro waifu.
You can play this.
You're just incredibly stupid.
It'll never go to the waiting room.
This card is gonna get a bad rating.
It's gonna be a 75 roll. It'll be a card your opponent struggles to get over.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a bad rating, and we're gonna go ahead
Hey.
and move on from
I
jail.
don't
wait.
think it's a bad card.
I
don't
don't
think
think right. This is never gonna leave the field if you don't.
I already gave it bad and changed the cards. I don't want to put myself in any more danger.
That card is not bad. It's like it's playable in a deck that runs the magical idol Ilya.
It seems fine. Yeah, I don't think it's bad.
But
Maybe,
like,
like-
I
Yeah.
dislike the fact that if they can kill the magical idol Ilya with a bomb, the bomb is 2 for 1ing you.
well, yeah, but something has to attack this row as well.
Yes,
So either they're
and it's gonna attack that row when it's empty for the +1 soul boost.
No, because this only goes away when you're.
Oh,
when
it goes
to
from stage waiting room.
stage.
Yes. That's
It's not a
fine.
2.
It's not.
It's
Well,
not a 2.
it can be a 2 for 1. It just means that like
It's like a 1.5 for 1 at most because you're going to be attacking with something that couldn't get over Kuro anyway.
that's fine. 1.5 for 1 is
You
reasonable.
have to like side attack, which isn't necessarily a good thing.
Yeah, this is perfectly fine. I think it's not bad.
I think it's fine. It's not a bad.
Yeah.
I already moved on because I have fear for my life.
Oh well, that's none of my
It's
business.
too late, man. They're already on to you.
No.
Powerful enemy, Rin. It's a 1/1/1/5. Backup for 1/5. So there's got to be a catch here. When you use this card's backup, if you have 3 or more gem trait characters, choose a character, and that character gains X, where X is 500 times your level.
Oops. I accidentally oversaved the translation.
Angel Beats players are dying everywhere.
I don't like this one nearly as much as the 1/0 profile that you see in Railgun because it'll never be overspec. It's always going to be slightly overspec or the same. Well, here's the thing. It's never overspec because it's a 1/1 2k counter at level 1. It's a 1/1 2/5 at level 2 where you can start playing 2/1 counters already. And it's a 3k counter at level 3, which is the same as a vanilla 2/1 counter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
only reason you play this is if you really, really want a card that does both jobs kinda well.
Or if you're playing Gem,
I think you
Well,
have to run it in Gem.
Yeah, you probably have to run this in Gem, but just this card profile I don't like very much. And it amuses me how expensive the Angel Beats Triple R is.
this is printed as an uncommon, man.
Look, I'm just saying, this card looks like it has a lot of text and looks like it's overspec, but in reality it's never overspec.
I mean, it's
Especially
literally
when
never
you have
overspec.
crap like Milky running around with 103k counters.
All right, playable is where I put it though.
3K counters that plus you in mill 4.
Yeah. That's just the worst. Why does that exist? Okay, so this next card, this is Uvia, powerful enemy Uvia. It's a 1/6k. Every marker under this gains 1k, so it's a marker character. When the battle opponent of this is reversed, you may choose a gem trait in your waiting room and put it under this as a marker. So it's the best marker profile,
Yep.
but it doesn't gain levels, so it can be bombed.
It reminds me of a
And-
certain card
Is there
from.
any other marker profile card? Is there actually a marker profile card like this?
Yes, it's
From
from.
level?
Yes, it's from.
Oh, from school. Oh,
Wow, what's the name? The one with the guns. Phantom.
Phantom? Phantom doesn't get a level.
Phantom does not get a level. It's the same effects.
Uh,
It puts a
I'm
specific.
saying- No, I'm saying, is there a card with this profile that actually gains level? I think the Schoolgirl Strikers one has a 2/2 that gains a marker from waiting room that has this. That
Yeah,
gets a
but
level for
that one doesn't get bombed very much by anything except anti-level bombs anyway.
yeah.
Alright, so this card has another effect that I still haven't talked about. When this attacks, if Jormungand, which is a stock soul, is in the climax zone, you may discard a card from your hand. If so, mill the top card of your deck. If it is a gem trait character, choose one of your opponent's cost 1 or lower characters and kill it. Then this card gains 1/5.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay, so firstly, you have to pay cost before you check. That's not good, because sometimes you just discard a card and nothing happens.
Sometimes you whiff.
But if you do mill a gem trait character, you kill their brainstorm. This gains 1/5 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. That's good, I think. That's a pretty good
And you
effect.
probably get a marker.
Yeah, you'll get a marker.
You'll get a marker.
So,
It's just when
So
you
it'll be
miss,
an
you just neg
8/5.
one for nothing.
yeah, it'll
Normally-
be 8/5.
Yeah.
Needs to be bombed.
What kind of climax is Jormungand?
Stock soul.
Soxel.
That's better.
Yeah, I think this is actually a
Hey.
pretty solid card to be running at level 1.
It's playable.
Better than the 7/5 Clock Encore from the first set, unless you really, really, really are scared of bombs.
That Clock Encore is so awkward because you're running bombs yourself though. 'Cause-
Yeah, and that card gains power per character on the field. So this one probably
Yes.
better with that.
Yeah, playable is
Mhm.
probably where I put it. I
And
don't think.
this combo is actually pretty. Like it's just definitely spikes higher than the Clock Encore 2. Like,
Yeah,
it's just-
this card I think is perfectly playable in the gem deck, especially since you don't even need the climax combo to go off.
Yeah.
yeah.
Play the climax. If you think that there's something worth killing, then spin the wheel. Maybe you hit, and maybe they lose a brainstorm, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Or you could just kill their like front row 1/1 if people play front row 1/1s.
Yeah.
That's
Or you could be playing against Yellow Milky, and then you can BM them by killing their
Oh.
1 Nero.
okay. No one's gonna run that. Okay. Are you kidding me? People are like still trying to push advanced summons in that deck.
All right. Next card.
Lucky Girl Kuro, 1/7k. This can't side attack, and if you've got experience 2, this gains hand encore. This
Yeah.
feels like a card from 2 years ago that people would say is good.
Alas,
It's a 1/7k hand encore. Eh?
I have no opinion on this. It's niche. You played in Kuro Waifu, maybe. I don't even know if you do.
I think
Probably
you have to. I think you do. Yeah. Do you have a choice?
I'm sure there's a 1/0 in the second booster, surely.
I think you'd be wrong about that.
Unspeakable Relation, Rin.
Oh,
It's a 2/1/4/5.
we didn't
When this
even
is placed
give it a
in hand
rating.
state, Oh, I said niche, didn't I?
I don't remember.
Like niche minus. It's whatever.
Well, too late.
No.
Condition Rin. 2-1-4-5. When it's disposed from hand to stage, clock your top deck. If so, salvage a gem trait character. Ooh, advantage engine.
That's not bad.
When this is reversed, if the level of the battle opponent of this is 2 or lower, you may reverse that character.
That's less good.
Oh god. Why couldn't this be an anti-change bomb?
Yeah.
Well, if you think of this as a Ricky that also bombs their level 1, it's...
Pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. Please, no. No.
Do you have to play this? You probably don't have to play this, right?
No, you don't have to play this.
All right, thank God.
God.
This isn't good enough. There's another card coming up that is good enough.
This is niche.
There are multiple cards that are good enough.
This is niche in the gem deck. You could theoretically slam this into the gem deck and not feel terrible, but I wouldn't do it.
I would play more of the free fresh too.
I'm pretty sure this is just bad.
I would actually probably play this card in the gem deck just because.
Well.
Blonde Youth. It's a 2-1-5K. If you have no other characters, this gains 10k power.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Wait.
When this attacks, you may pay cost. If so, bin up to 4 of your other characters and deal X damage to your opponent, where X is the number of characters you binned.
All of the Angel Beats effects today.
Yeah, it's a throwback to Yuri from Angel Beats. Obviously, they want you to bin all of your characters, so this can be a 15k.
This is a cost 1 too.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
this is a better card than it seems, but it's also in no relevant traits, so it's not a good card.
That's for your standard deck.
The
your standard weapon deck,
No,
obviously.
your standard Gilgamesh deck. What?
What?
Gilgamesh, who's that?
What? This isn't. Well, come on. This is a blonde youth, man.
I hate all of you. I'm gonna say the card is bad. Fair.
It's bad in this set. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's bad in this set.
Moving on.
Right. People's Romance, Luvia. So this is the 2-1 changer free fresh that I alluded to earlier. Come to play. Discard gem card from hand. Put this card in the waiting room. If you have 5 or fewer cards in your library, you may pay that cost. If so, free fresh, and then search your deck for 1 Midsummer Beach Luvia. Put it in any slot on the stage.
I guess actually you have to discard a specific gem character, but otherwise the card profile is fine. I mean, it's a heal 2.
I mean, we've seen this sort of free fresh before. It's an LB. Every time I play it, I'm impressed about how good it is, but I would never play it.
This is an LB?
There's a similar card. It doesn't have discard a character, it has pay 2.
I see.
Which is still fine, because you get a very formidable level 3. Formidable 50 yen level 3. So this brings out a 3-2 fatty, is effectively a double heal for 1 cost and 1 card.
Yep.
I think this is one of the best cards in the gem deck. I'm willing to give this a rating above the 3-2 at a good.
Yeah, I mean, I think a free fresh on its own is already heal 1 for 1, and then being able to get another one is this card makes the 3-2 a lot better.
Oh yeah, this makes it fantastic. It's very powerful.
Yep.
All right. Embarrassed Maiden Kuro 2-1 8k. If you have experience 3, this gains anti-change bomb.
Why couldn't this have been the win?
Yes. So you would probably run this in Zwei form? I don't see you running it in...
You wouldn't run it in Kaleidoscope. It doesn't matter. Zwei form, yeah, you definitely run this, as well as the anti-change counter.
As well as the 2-1, draw 2, ditch 2, 2 soul, 10k.
Yeah. So this is part of why I don't think the advance on Kuro is worth it. You've got better level 2 plays, and this is one of them. It just kills their advanced summon. And that's a really good effect.
I think it still only gets a playable rating for me.
I think this is one of the best cards in red, to be honest.
I'll
just
put you
straight
down.
up one of the best cards.
I'll put you down for good.
Playable plus.
Playable plus for...
I actually think it's just straight up good.
Yeah, I put you down for good. Playable plus for Tim Tom. Good for Lychee. Playable for myself. I feel like it's... I don't know. Maybe I'm just like judging it based on Kaleidoscope.
I
think
might.
The fact that you can encore the card in
If
question.
we're judging by Kaleidoscope, this is very niche. Like, it barely even gets a pass. it's probably just straight up bad because it's a level 2. You don't want that. But
Yeah.
if we're judging it from the Zwei form perspective, this is a good card. This is one of the reasons you play red. It is the reason to play red, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, moving onward.
Commons. People's Romance Rin, 001k. When another character is reversed, choose a character, it gains 1k. 1 cost, pop one of your opponent's level 0 front rows.
I mean, sure, it's a 0/0. It's pretty obnoxious first effect, and the second effect could be relevant. It kills
It's a gem
runners.
trait. It
Playable.
goes in the gem deck.
Yeah.
It's playable.
I don't know if this is playable. This is a bunch of effects that I'm very... I don't know. I'm calling it niche. I don't like it that much.
I think it's playable.
Just whatever. Playable minus.
Sure. Lost Child Center, Karen. So this is secretly best girl, probably, based on the actual Fate Universe characters.
And as,
When another character is reversed in battle, this gains 2k power. It has Infirmary and Teacher traits.
Unplayable.
This is just a bad card.
Next.
unfortunate.
There's nothing for any deck. Smile of Joy, Kuro, 0025. When this attacks, this gains X power for turn. X is the number of your other magic characters. Whatever.
Waifu deck?
No.
Waifu deck. It's not even
Wait,
good.
what? You don't even run this in Waifu deck. You have a
No,
runner.
bomb or runner. Yeah.
And a bomb. And like other cards.
Yeah,
I don't even play this in
This will ever
Waifu.
see play. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I just don't see a reason this will ever see play.
Oh, we'll just throw it into the bad. Bad.
Maybe for the art. Tee.
I mean, most level zeros, aside from ones with good effects like Mill 2, need to be utility, because if they're just beaters, they're outclassed by the runners in both decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, next up.
Outcome of the battle, Luvia. At the start of your climax phase, if you have no other characters, you may pay cost. If so, choose a level 1 or lower character in your waiting room with Luvia in name, and put it in the slot this was in. So this is obviously trying to advance summon the marker card, which I guess is cute, but it doesn't do very much against runners.
I don't think you want to well, it's still a -1 for
You have like no way to mill your deck.
Well, you
So
would theoretically ditch the
sack into
1/1.
Drawing it. Yeah, you just draw it. Sack into drawing it.
Okay.
But regardless, I don't like this card very much. I don't think it's playable in Gem.
There aren't... Well, it's not the worst, because... Oh, it's a climax phase, isn't it? Yeah, never mind. It's pretty bad.
I don't think it's playable. Niche minus is where I put it. You could theoretically jam it if you want it, but like it feels bad.
I don't believe there's another Luvia level 1 for you to play aside from the bomb. So this is specifically for the advanced summon. And
I'm thinking about playing the.
Niche minus is where I'm putting it right now. I could be wrong on that.
I'm thinking about playing the bomb with this card. This is pretty funny.
Look, I mean, if you summon the 1/1 marker card and your opponent's not playing runners, this is a beating. Like, this is really good. But if you don't do that, then it's a 2/5.
Problem is, you're committing slots for this. Like,
Yeah, well, you don't need to commit like 4 slots. Just 2 slots is fine.
I mean, you're not
And-
committing a lot to this. You're committing a lot to the other card.
Oh, the 1/1, yeah. I don't know if you have the slot. Yeah, that's actually the more salient point, actually. The 1/1, you don't really want to spend that many slots on. At level 0, you have plenty of room for this card if you wanted to run it, but just like...
That's a good point. You don't want to run 4 of the marker card. You could run 4 of the bomb, though, and advance some of the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Seems good. This card just gets that niche for me.
Yeah, I would agree.
Alright.
Alright, we have 2 vanillas in a row. They both get bads.
One sec. Need to save, increment, save. I need to like... There's the first vanilla. There's the second vanilla. They're both 0/0s. Don't understand.
Well, they're different decks.
Alright, there we go.
Next. Odds of victory in battle, 105k Luvia. Oh, you can advance some of this as well. 1 cost, start up, this game's 1k. And the ability...
You skipped a card.
No, you skipped the
Yeah, we-
0/0.
You skipped a vanilla.
No, you
Oh,
skipped,
No.
you skipped the 0/0. When this
Why
card
Skip
is
the literal
Uh,
0/0.
Yeah. Alright, sure. 0035, gem trait, beginning of battle Luvia. When it's placed from hand to stage, check your top deck. If it's not a gem character, clock it.
I like the mill 2 better.
Me too.
Does that get a bad rating then?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Because it's outclassed by the mill 2 and it's also outclassed by the runner. In terms of what you want to do.
Alright, next.
Odds of victory for battle,
Oh my
Luvia,
god, so many
105.
vanillas.
It's not vanilla, it's a
No, I'm talking about
105.
after this.
Right. It's got 1 cost, startup ability, gains 1k, and the ability to top deck a reversed opponent's. I don't think
I don't think you run this. I think you'd rather be running the bombs.
I think you could definitely run 1 or 2.
Oh,
Yeah? Are there enough clock encores and hand encores that you really care?
You can stop other on reverse abilities too, like Hibiki.
Sure.
I don't think this is the worst card to play. You can play like 1 or 2 and not feel bad about
I'm
it.
gonna go ahead and say it's niche.
I'm gonna hedge and say this is a playable minus.
niche plus.
Dang.
No, actually, does that work? Actually, can I do that?
Yes,
Yeah, you can.
Is that allowed? Okay, niche plus.
Yeah.
that is allowed. Alright.
All right.
Set all
1-0.
bad.
1-0. Well, you can't say this is bad because it can side attack. You like that, right?
That is true.
Do I like
actually.
that more
This
than
is-
a bomb? I feel like it's bad just because the bomb exists.
Well, I'm comparing it to 106k 65.
you can't run more than 4 of the bomb, man.
But you're already running 4 with the back row. How many level 1s are you running?
a bunch.
Like, I'm still running the 1-1 ahead of this. So even if we're not counting the 1-0, I'm still maxing on the bomb, the 1-1, and the brainstormer.
Wait, what?
We're maxing out the 1-1.
No, I wouldn't actually max on the 1-1. I'm saying before I max on, like, before I look at this vanilla.
It's not a oh wait, yeah, okay,
Oh.
sure.
Sure.
All right, Shaved Ice Festival Kuro vanilla. We have a 117k hand on call Kuro, so this is just straight up outclassed.
Next is not a vanilla.
What do you
Sort
mean?
of.
Vanilla
Vanilla.
count.
It's a vanilla counter.
You want 3k counter?
Do you need
We
a
have
3K counter?
This is Kuro waifu deck only niche.
Niche.
Invitation to the home party, Luvia, 217k. Experience 4. This gains 1/5 and hand encore. And when another gem trait character attacks, this gains 1k for the turn. This is so medium. I just don't see a reason you'd ever run this.
You have better plays at level 2, honestly.
Agreed. There's no reason to play this.
Bad?
Sorry?
Is this bad, then? I guess it is.
I think it's bad. It doesn't do
Yeah.
anything. Alright, not true to herself, Kuro. It's a 2275. If you have experience 3, this gains 2k to be a 2295, and 1 cost. When the battle opponent is reversed, if you have end of the battle, which is another red stock soul in the climax zone, you may pay cost. If so, deal X damage to your opponent, where X is that character's cost.
That doesn't seem very good.
This is bad because in the Kuro waifu deck, you're already running Ro Ias and the level 3 climax combo. And this kind of burn, while it is Kuro's only finisher, I think I prefer to hedge in on the -2 soul.
Sure. Next.
I don't know if this is bad, I'd call it niche.
Too late.
Right. Appearance of Observer, Rin, 2285. If you have 2 or fewer gem trait characters, you can't play this from hand. Experience 4, this gains 2/5 power to become an 11k.
11k Tutu doesn't sound awful. You just don't run it over the refresher.
Yeah, 11k is smaller than 11.5, which is how big the heal will be.
Yeah.
I just don't see a reason I'd ever run this card.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world. I keep getting Discord. Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna
That's
say
ridiculous.
niche minus.
I'd call this niche as well. It's not a terrible card. It's just worse than the Free Fresh.
Alright.
Alright, so this is Bazette, 2210k. She's got the cross-dress trait, so she can go into a standard Naruto
Persona
deck.
deck.
Yeah. When Last Chance of Victory is... Why does she have a Climax combo? Whatever. When Last Chance of Victory is placed to the Climax zone, this gains 3k to be a 13k, and the ability to top deck your opponent. And it also has...
Oh, it's a zombie.
It's a zombie. Yeah, so this card, Bazette historically has retarded cards that do retarded things. This one combos with a 2-soul. I see no reason you would ever run this. Ever. Even if you liked Bazette.
Well, the
I
traits are bad, and the effect is not great. Bad.
Traits are bad. Climax is out of place. It's a sort of finisher, but you also just played a +2 soul, so chances are that damage is not going through. And it's a zombie. I can't give this anything but a bad.
All right.
Tom went AFK.
Wait. We do it for the. Yell the climax name as you pray for victory.
Oh, sure. I mean, you're playing a 2-soul. That's what you're already doing. Next up is Invent, the first of a lot of them.
My younger stepsister. It's a check top 4, add a gem trait to
It's a
character to
camera
hand.
event.
Yeah, and mill the rest.
You probably
This
play
is
this.
perfectly serviceable.
Play 2.
Yeah, I think you do run this in gem. Just
Well, I definitely think you run it.
yeah,
I think at
Fine.
least 2.
I would
Alright.
say, but yeah, 2 is fine too.
High speed magic circuitry. It's a 2/1 counter. Choose one character. That character gains X power, where X is 1k times the number of gem trait characters you have. 5k is a lot of power.
Don't have a level 2 counter in gem.
Do you need Grief Seed, though?
It's
You don't
nice.
need a level 2 counter, but you have a 1/1/2/5 counter. That's
Yeah.
I just don't think you put this into your deck.
I'm just
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, I'm
Yeah.
not. This card gets played. Alright, this next card, Agony Warp. If you have no characters with Kuro in name, you cannot play this from hand. If there are 2 or more Climax cards in your waiting room, choose one of your opponent's characters. That card gets minus 3,500. Choose one of your weapon characters. That card gets plus 3,500. This is not Agony. It's Broken Phantasm.
You get to kill something.
Niche, but this is a fine card. I
Waifu
think.
deck?
It's cute, I guess.
It's neato, for sure.
I mean, Kuro doesn't really get anything for reversing unless you're playing a filthy deck that doesn't run pure Kuro.
I mean,
the reset
theoretically,
for-
you can use this at level 2 to try to get one of your 1/0s over.
I suppose you could.
That's a 7k power swing.
Yeah, it's 7K, it's a 7k power swing, which is pretty good, and it makes up for the -1 card from hand
It
if you play the
also-
2k.
It also kills things on their back row.
I mean, it's fine, but I
It's a
still don't
very-
think it's a reason to splash Kuro cards.
Oh no,
is all.
no.
Yeah.
So I still think this is niche at best.
Niche is perfectly reasonable. And that is it for red, though.
Oh, we're done?
That's it. There
Oh,
was a lot
cool.
less to talk about because red was a less good color.
Yeah, definitely. But the gem deck will be pretty interesting to mess with at the very least. Enjoy jail.
Not for gem.
No, if you're playing gem, you're fine.
I'm just talking in general. You're going to jail.
I'm
Only legal people allowed.
going to jail.
Production of child pornography.
So what is the next that we're doing? Is it Osamatsu?
Is it?
Yeah, Samatsu is next.
Alright, that seems fairly legit. So I guess that's it for today. We'll have the videos up, and Osamatsu will probably be out before we ever do Skullgirl Strikers, whatever color we didn't do.
Whoa.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
And
I think we talked about more Scribble Strikers cards, like, in blue than we'll ever talk about ever. Like,
I still don't know what you're talking about.
even covered one.
alright.